Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. Receiving a compliment while you're wearing fragrance can be a real confidence boost. Just one of the best aspects for a lot of people about wearing fragrances. And today I have for you guys 10 fragrances that will not only get you compliments, but are so good that they'll have that person begging you to tell them what the fragrance is, which you should not do. You should just tell them a lie. Go ahead and hit them with the old, that's Dior Sauvage. It's Dior Sauvage, this is what I'm wearing. And they'll be like, no, I'm pretty sure Dior Sauvage is different than that. You're wearing, it's really sweet and warm. And you go, it's the Eau de Parfum. It's Sauvage Eau de Parfum. You're welcome. All of these I'll have linked in the description below. Feel free to check them out down there. Let's jump right into it. Gonna kick things off with a fragrance that is not quite so well known. It's from Plume Impression and it is Royal Bourbon. Now this one is a tobacco forward fragrance along with a lot of other notes that we'll get to here in a second. And I am somebody who loves high quality tobacco fragrances, especially if they're a little bit under the radar, not quite as well known, but just as good as the really popular high-selling ones out there. So as I said, tobacco forward, but not just tobacco, because after all, the name is Royal Bourbon. Along with that tobacco, there's also a nice booziness. There's caramel, there's cinnamon, there's vanilla, so a bunch of warm and sweet notes. It has huge performance, projects heavily, which you can tell right away. As soon as you spray it on a tester strip, it will fill up the room and you'll be like, oh, this is one of those like 2 spray type deals, got it. There's also ginger off the top that gives it a nice sparkle, kind of an effervescence along with all those other sweet notes. A little bit candied at times, but it smells great. It does not smell the same as Tobacco Vanille or Parfums de Marly Wajan, but it's kind of in that overarching style. So if you like either of those scents, you'll very likely enjoy this one also. Like I said though, it's not the same as those. It is not a clone, it's not a copy. It's just in that style. Fantastic fragrance, a bit unheralded, a little under the radar, but one for fall and winter that will easily set you apart. Oh, and also that atomizer. Pretty good. That smells awesome. Like, it smells so good. Just spray that in the air. Okay, sorry. Let's go designer next with CH Men from Carolina Herrera. This is a fragrance that has been out for a minute, but it still works really well. And actually kind of interesting, but another YouTuber, More Plates, More Dates, he's come out with his own line of fragrances. Intelligent Shop is where you can find all of those. And they're really affordable. They're like $80 all in, so not super high priced or anything like that. They've got good staying power, pretty good quality. As I understand it, he's doing it in collaboration with Man, so they have a lot of really well-known perfumers. Actually, my friend Richard Herpon, he works under Man. But anyway, most popular fragrance that he has launched is one named Cobalt, at least best as I can tell. And I've smelled that one, I have that one. And at first I was like, wow, this is really unique in the opening, but as it dries down, it starts to smell similar to something else, which is this. And I thought that was interesting because everybody's like going crazy for that one. And it does smell really good, but it's reminiscent of CH Men, which just kind of goes to show you that even though some people have forgotten how good CH Men smells, when they smell something that's similar to CH Men, they go, whoa, that is so good. Yeah, it is. To be fair, a lot of people, you know, have gotten into fragrances after CH Men was in its heyday, so they probably have never smelled this. Really, really pleasing leather fragrance, like kind of a sweet leather with an interesting opening that has some green notes in there, but done in a way that's not like super fresh or springtimey. This is one that smells absolutely perfect for a date night, big compliment puller, good for spring, good for fall. Could wear it in winter also, though you're gonna wanna spray a little bit more on because the performance here is okay, but not great. And honestly, because of that, you could wear it in summer also, though do keep in mind it's not really fresh. CH Men completely overlooked nowadays, which is a shame because it still rocks. After that, Nitro Red from Dumont. This is a little bit of a hype beast. It just seems to get more and more popular as time goes on. Pretty affordable. It is a clone fragrance, but kind of a hybrid clone. So it's like a mix of Invictus and Baccarat Rouge 540, which sounds kind of weird, but it works. Absolutely perfect if you're looking for something that leans a little bit youthful, that has a huge compliment factor and is going to work spring through fall. I'm not the biggest fan on earth of the original Invictus style of fragrances, that type of DNA. It got played out to me, but this is done in a really nice way for a really low price. Oh, and this one, as I said, it has gotten more popular as time has gone on, so it is selling out from time to time. I got mine from theperfumebox.com, and you know what that means. The code Gents. That can save you 10% off at theperfumebox.com across the entire website. Although last time I checked, they were sold out of this one, but if they're not. And then here are a bunch of other codes that you can use at other websites like Max Aroma, Gents 10 or Gents 20 can get you 10 or 20% off. It depends on the fragrance. So try both. Try Gents 20 first. Then GS11 for 11% off at fragflex.com, among others. Oh, and one other funny thing about this one, this fragrance has gotten so popular that other clone brands are cloning it. I've talked about this before, but I haven't shown it. Check this out. This is Noble Red from Fragrance World. Oh wait, make sure the tab's on the same side. If you spray Noble Red on, you can tell that this is an emulation of this. So maybe I'll talk about this more in another video, like a standalone video or something, but that shows you how big this thing has gotten. When you have a fragrance that is a clone, that does so well that clone houses clone the clone. Yeah. Let's keep it moving. Up next, Mercedes-Benz Man Private. This one's another sleeper. It's not a huge hit or anything like that, but the quality here is fantastic for the price point, and it smells similar to Hoffetti from Penhaligon's, only way cheaper. Yeah, way cheaper. As of this video, it is sold out on fragrancebuy.ca. Doma Shop has it for 40 bucks for a full presentation, but if you get the tester, it's 27. So yeah, not too pricey, and it is extremely high quality. Very woody fragrance. You have cypress in there, you have cedar as it dries down, labdanum as well, so you're gonna have some sweetness in there, some warmth in there that helps offset that woodiness. You also have patchouli in the base, a little cardamom off top, which really melts together with that warmth and sweetness that I talked about before. It gives you a nice little spicy touch off the top. Gonna be more of a cool weather fragrance, so fall and winter time, leans a little more toward evening use. In general, Mercedes-Benz makes very nice fragrances for a good price, assuming you shop at discounters. And this is gonna be one of the better ones if you enjoy fragrances like the Penhaligon's. Another fragrance it could remind you of Oud Malaki from Chopard, but I think between the two, a little bit closer to the Penhaligon's. Let's go back niche with Bohemian Lime from Goldfield and Banks. When this one came out, a lot of people were calling it Lime Ventus, which is to say an Aventus style fragrance with a prominent lime note. So you could think of it that way, and that gets you part of the way to how it smells, but it doesn't really smell like a real Aventus type scent. So don't go into it thinking, oh, it's just another clone of Creed's Aventus. That's not what it is. Now it does have a good amount of lime in there, finger lime officially, along with bergamot. Comes across really bright, fresh and brisk when you first spray it on. Then as it dries down, you get more woody notes that come out, specifically vetiver. I'm a huge fan of fragrances that feature vetiver prominently, like this one does, and it does just about everything right for an everyday wear scent for spring and summer. You get that opening with that citrus that just grabs your attention immediately, very easy to wrap your head around, nothing here that's divisive at all. Then as it dries down, those woods come out and give you a nice masculine base. I mean, technically it's a unisex scent, but it leans masculine. And this is one that is a big compliment puller this time of year. Bohemian Lime, really well done. Back to designers we go with Burberry Hero Eau de Parfum. The EDT is also a good choice if you're just looking for a very easy wearing woody fragrance done in a modern way, but I think that overall the Eau de Parfum is gonna be the best of the line, at least so far. So you still have your cedar in here, which is kind of the Burberry Hero calling card, those cedar notes that you have in the base. But this one also has a nice dose of olibanum and benzoin in there, which is going to make it more ambery. It's going to give it a little bit of sweetness, but not heavily so. It's not overloaded, which in today's fragrance market can be a bit of a rarity. There are a lot of fragrances out there nowadays for men that are really sweet. And don't get me wrong, I love a lot of them. But sometimes it's nice to have something that has that sweetness balanced out a bit more. And that's what this one is gonna give you. So you do get a little bit of that resinous sweetness, but not a whole heck of a lot. The woodiness is in there pretty much from the opening into the dry down. And it's a fragrance that has both a little bit of an elegance to it and also extreme mass appeal. Fall and winter time, day or evening, this stuff is perfect. Let's go next with, let's go with this one. Gren Tobacco Honey. Yep, another fragrance with tobacco done in a sweet way. I'm a sucker for it, I am. Now this one is both very popular and not super popular. I'll explain. As far as the top 40 best-selling fragrances that are more towards men, marketed more towards men on the niche side, this is a top 40 seller. I know that it's technically unisex, but when I got my hands on the best-selling fragrances, both niche and just overall for men for 2023, this one was considered as a man's fragrance, and it was, I think, 39th out of the best-selling niche fragrances. So that sounds like it's super popular, right? You're like, wow, that's actually really good. Oh no, I just checked. It was 37th in the niche hierarchy. But where did that fall overall in terms of men's fragrances? 369th. So yeah, very popular, but actually not really. So what that means is for people that are buying niche fragrances, this is doing really well. For your average person, they're not gonna know what this is, which means that in your normal day-to-day life, probably 99 people out of 100 are gonna be like, I got no clue, I never heard of it. Maybe even less than that, right? So that means this is going to be the type of scent that has mass appeal, which is why it's doing well in the niche world, but also not a lot of people know about. So when they smell it, they're gonna be like, what is that? Now it is pricey. So for some people, that's obviously gonna be a drawback because some of these niche fragrances you can find at discounters for a good price. This one not gonna be discounted so much, no. So of course, note-wise, it does have tobacco and it does also have honey, but you have clove in there as well off the top. Then you have, as it dries down, tonka and vanilla and oud as well, just a little bit. So you have aspects of this that give it a little edge that, you know, help set it apart a little bit where it's not just sweet on top of sweet on top of sweet. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with that, but this does have a little bit of juxtaposition of notes that make it more interesting. Extremely well done, good performance, beautiful presentation, and a tobacco scent that will set you apart. Oh, and here's another tobacco fragrance. I swear this is the last tobacco fragrance, okay? I swear it is. It's Stronger With You Tobacco from Emporio Armani. So this is the newest exclusive edition, Middle Eastern edition of Stronger With You, and truth be told, you can go with about any of the Stronger With Yous and they're gonna work really well. And Stronger With You is a line that is way more popular in the fragrance community, at least if we're talking in North America, than it is your average person. Your average person may not even know what all the flankers are in the Stronger With You line. I don't know why I just spanked the bottle. I don't know. But just as an example of what I'm talking about, go to Macy's and try to search Stronger With You. Go to Ulta, Sephora, try to search Stronger With You. I'll do it right now. Okay, I went to Macy's. I searched Stronger With You. This is what I pulled up. The most wanted, which actually makes sense. Most wanted kind of smells like Stronger With You. Acqua di Gio Parfum, Born in Roma, Intense, Ultramall, Lamal, no Stronger With You. Let's check Sephora. Search Stronger With You, pulls up Angel Share, Lamal Elixir, the most wanted again, but no Stronger With You. Now you can go to the Armani website in the US and you can buy Stronger With You, which actually is a really good deal. $99 for a 100 ml size bottle. How many fragrances coming out nowadays are that price? But at least as far as the US Armani website goes, only the original Stronger With You can be found. And that's because here in the US, when it comes to the Stronger With You line, Armani is basically like this. What that means for you is that your average person, again, probably doesn't know about Stronger With You absolutely, or oud, or leather, or tobacco, or amber, or any of them really, which means they will help you stand out more even though we all know that the Stronger With You line is awesome for fall and winter time. So it's kind of like a lose because they're more of a pain in the butt to get sometimes, but then a win because they're more exclusive because they're more of a pain in the butt to get. Is that a lose-win-win? I'm not sure. And Stronger With You tobacco here is what you would expect. It's Stronger With You with tobacco. And this is one I had heard some negative things about before I got it. Now, typically when I have a fragrance coming in, I try to stay away from everything as far as reviews go. And that's like YouTube or any website or just literally anything, because I don't want to be skewed one way or the other. Sometimes that doesn't work and I do see things, but I try to stay away from it. So this one, I had seen some stuff and it seemed like, oh, this is gonna be another letdown. Then I got it in, I actually like it a lot. It has that Stronger With You warmth, that little touch of a gourmand feel, but with an added tobacco leaf note in here, which is still a very approachable tobacco. And of course, with it being a Stronger With You, awesome performance. Back to niche we go with Torino 21 from ZeroV. Now they also have Torino 22, Torino 23, but we're talking 21 today. This one has an opening that is awesome, assuming that you like mint. If you don't like mint, then it actually might be pretty bad. Has mint, lemon, basil in there off the top. It is ultra green, very fresh, has a nice natural smell to it as well. You also have verbena, rosemary, lavender, and a little black currant as well as some of the notes in here. And this is gonna be one of the better springtime niche fragrances on the market. I absolutely adore that fragrance from opening to close, top to bottom. Really, 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 really nice. All right, we're finishing up with Born in Roma Intense. Now, out of everything here, the best sellers, the most popular fragrances, so if you're wanting to stay away from things that more people are wearing, are going to be this one and Hero. These are the two that sell the most, that the most people are going to be wearing. But Born in Roma Intense has one of the best smelling scent trails of anything that I've smelled. This has just an extremely well done modern scent profile that has sweetness to it, but also has a modern masculine touch that makes it where you can use it a lot of places, a lot of different times. And it has just an addictive quality to it, an alluring, almost magnetic quality to it, that when people smell it as you walk by, or even as you're going about your day and you smell it, it's just one of those things you wanna keep going back to. I absolutely adore this release. It does everything right for me. And the performance is great too. So there's nothing to say badly about it. And another quick shout out for Valentino. Most of their new releases are not priced all that bad when you look at what a bunch of other ones are being priced at. For example, their new one, Green Extravaganza, I believe is $125 full retail. And while that may seem expensive, when you look across the board at what other brands are doing, you know, cresting that $200 mark, 125 starts to look pretty good. That one's a little more expensive because it's intense, but still. So there we go, guys. These 10 right here, these will get you noticed and they will have people asking you, what is that? Where can I get it? And that's when you lie and you be a bad person. Or you could actually just be a bro and tell them what it is. That's probably the better thing to do. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you later.